Hello everyone and welcome to Hutan Pantai. So we are here, it's February and I have been checking things around. The temple is still processing the materials we delivered, but there is a John Deere on sale and it's 50% off. So it seems that we can get this beast for 140,000, 143 to be almost exact, but yeah. This would speed our logging production quite a lot. So, and it holds 2 trees. So I am going to go ahead and just buy it because we are not gonna get across a deal like this. It's a bit of a shame that I bought the Iziki tractor before because one is also on discount right now. So yeah, we are left with 110,000. And I was checking some land to buy for our cows, but this field could be a possibility to have a meadow on, but I'm not sure. It seems just a little bit too steep. Now this one, on the other hand, would be a lot more appropriate because it's a lot flatter, at least at the bottom end. Where we could build a cow stable. And I do want to have a cow stable because that's where we can collect slurry and manure and everything. And then I want to get some water buffaloes. So this is the closest plan we have at the moment. Our crops are growing nicely. It did need lime and it did need rolling. But I think we are past the rolling stage. I might be able to put lime down to increase the yield. I'm not sure. Can I check the growth stage? Okay, so it's not the first growth stage, is somewhere in the middle. Right. Okay, and because we have the fertilizer, I might go and fertilize to the full extent while we're here. And because the sawmill is, because the temple is still in the building stage, I don't think we need to worry about delivering some new materials. So yeah, let's take care of our fields first. And if I remember correctly, I still have some of the fertilizer in the spreader. Okay, not much. I'm gonna go and refill it. Is it just me, or does this tractor look like it has metallic color? Something a little more interesting than the regular color scheme we usually see on a tractor. I just think it might be the metallic one. Oh. What a proper thing, isn't it? Okay, but first I want to check if I'm going to make any damage to the crop. Okay, it looks like I won't. Right. Let me just test if anything actually happened. Is it taking the fertilizer? It's actually not taking the fertilizer, okay? So, in that case, I'm going to go to the store. I'm gonna take the Piaggio and I'm gonna bring back lime, and I will try if I can spread lime on the fields and increase the yield that way. The little Piaggio. Motorcycle with a trunk. Okay, well, make our way to the shop. Just look at that machine over there. This is our new tree harvester, John Deere. And we got it on sale for more than half off, which is, you know, a lot of money in this case. Look at what a big machine that is. Let me park this Piaggio next to it so we can compare the size. And yep, the tire is actually higher than our cab is. Oh man. Okay, so we need to get the lime consumables. Lime. Do I want to go with big bag? So they both hold 2,000 liters. No, I'm gonna take this one. 450, not too expensive. And it's gonna help our yield. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about is, will it take lime? Well, okay. So the field is not in preparation stage. It's actually already growing, and I'm not sure if it will accept lime at this stage. It should, but you never know. Will this even fit in here? It should. It doesn't. And I'm still gonna leave it on. I should put it on sideways, shouldn't I? Let me try that. Because these pallets, I think they are wider than they are deep. Look at the machine, I mean. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, just to be as precise as I can, I have to look from the outside. Because as for now, we can't move our heads while in the game. Okay, and it fits perfectly. Like a glove. Hey. But I don't think I'll be able to close the flap. No, I'm gonna leave it open. So let's go. And it looks like we also have a stereo in this cab. There are speakers down there. And look at the handle to open the door. It's all very, very basic. But it gets the job done, you know. You're undercover. You can open the windows if you want to. You're protected from the elements, and well, you have a pretty big loading space at the back. You can't do this with a regular car. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Well, it is a struggle for this little machine to go around. Oh yeah, I did receive one comment, and so they say that basically if you have water in the rice paddies, you supposedly can go and refill your tankers, and it doesn't affect the water level for the crop. So it doesn't affect the crop. So you can use rice paddies as a watering point to refill your water bowsers and stuff like that. So I didn't yet test that. but I might. Okay. No, you're not a lime spreader, are you? Oh, come on. Of course you're not. You're... Yeah. So what? This is the only piece of equipment that spreads lime. Really? Okay. Well, I guess then we bought the lime in vain. Shame. Such a shame. Well, this really caught me off guard because I was so used to having different field types. You know, there was a mod that you could put lime and fertilizer in basically every spreader you had. Okay, so we are where we are. Now let me go to the shop and let's enter this vehicle. Behemoth. And I believe we're gonna put it straight to work. Nice. Oh look, it actually has a movable first step. So if you know, go over a tree or something, it only flaps around. It doesn't get stuck or broken. But yeah, this is quite a machine, isn't it? I didn't expect having it so soon. But I'm not gonna complain. And what does it look like from the inside? Big. We're gonna clear up the forest in no time with this. Okay, so we have a window we can see through. We have a mirror so we can see what's behind us. We have some gauges, some levers, joysticks, and diagnostics screen. And a cup holder. You gotta have a cup holder. Beautiful. Okay, slowly but surely made my way to my forest. Now it's time to put this behemoth to work. So I still need to learn the controls. But let's start with this dead tree over here. Okay, so turn on tree saw. Okay, like the tree is, the saw is now turned on. Can I grab the tree from an angle like this? Okay, looks like I can. So this is tree number 1, and because the declaration said that I can harvest 2 trees at a time, I think I'm gonna go and pick another victim. I can really feel the weight. This one should be good. Now I have to say that this tree harvester doesn't debranch anything. Look at this. Which means that the trees stay like they are. No, 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 and done. Now how do I correct this issue? I wiggle it. some way. I know this is far from realistic, but okay. No, I'm gonna have to drop them. So release trees. And back on the feet. Okay, in any case, it seems like I have to be a lot more mindful of my environment. But as you can see, this is my first time harvesting trees like this, so yeah. Maybe I should do one at a time. Okay, so again, turn the tree saw on. Let's go from this angle, not now. Now I think the trick is to not get it sideways on the hill. And of course make slow movements, not like these rapid movements. Okay, and of course lower it down so we get as much tree as we can. Okay. So I think that if I lean trees a bit more uphill, we're gonna be a lot more stable going up. Okay, now I want to slowly turn the trees upright. And it would probably be a good idea to move the tractor away. Which we are gonna use shortly to bring those trees I had to take off this harvester. Anything behind. So let me do this and drop. And while we're here, let me check what the sawmill produced during the night. Okay, so we got another batch of wood beams, 1, 2, 4 batches of planks, and 2 times the, what's it called, the wood chips. What a behemoth. Oh man, I love it. I rarely use big equipment, but in this case, when we are rebuilding the temple, I think it's quite needed. Okay, well, let's try and get another 2 trees. Okay, so you have seen my dance with the trees. That's why I call this pirouetting stuff and leaning on the side. I eventually saved the the harvester and brought over 2 more trees. So I have delivered 4 now, and the rest need to be pulled up via the tractor and the winch system. So these 2 that were my bane of existence the first time over. Oh man, that was funny. I will try and pull these out kinda straight because the long one is kinda wedged in between the different trees. Whoa. Feisty tree. Okay. Okay, so if I continue this way, will the trees follow me? They would. Okay, everything good so far. And there is another tree laying over there. So I guess this harvester is really not meant to take trees too far away. Maybe just to cut down the trees and move them a few meters here and there. And this is probably why I had such difficulty. And the other thing is the terrain is not really level here, so I guess it would make sense if we had some toppling over issues. Okay. Should give plenty of space for the last tree. Okay, is there anything blocking it from going uphill? The answer is mostly no. Let me get the winch ready. Let's go. Come on. Oh no, this isn't gonna pivot. This is never going to pivot because it was between 2 trees. And it should pivot now. No, we're still just a bit too long. Okay. So if any woodworker or a logger is watching this, let me know how I'm doing. I guess I'm not doing that well. And not doing realistically at all. This was an intentional tire bump. I wanted to check the tire pressure in a safe way. Come on. A little bit more. Come on. There you go. Perfect. This Samet tractor is really something, isn't it? Okay, let's... Okay, we are at 20,000 liters of wood, which is still not a lot for a sawmill of this size. As you can see, we can have 140,000, so we are barely scratching the surface with this. But yeah, I will take a minute or two and I'm gonna check out what can we do in the meantime. Okay, so because I am planning on getting water buffaloes, I think it's high time that we visit the lady my grandpa Walter said we should visit if we want to talk about animals, and the animal dealer is actually very close to the sawmill we own. And so yeah, that's a thing. And I believe I have to take a left over here and then immediately go right. So if I would continue straight on, I would come to my sawmill. But yeah, this looks like an animal dealer, and this looks like the lady we were sent to talk with. So let's have a pretty little conversation with this gal.
Oh, hi. You're Walter's grandkid, aren't you? I'm Katie. Nice to meet you.
Hi Katie, yeah, I am Walter's grandkid. Nice to meet you too. But how do I know who I am?
Well, word travels fast in small towns, you know. And your grandpa was bragging. Let me welcome you to our small town. As I just said, I'm Katie. I took over my parents' farm 4 years ago, continuing the family business after traveling the world as one does. But I'll tell you all about that another time. So what can I do for you?
Okay, well, I am just introducing myself to the neighbors.
What else can I tell you? Ah, I specialize in livestock. We got chickens, cows, sheep, pigs, horses, even bees. Also our recent additions, goats and water buffaloes. It's quite an eclectic ensemble of creatures, if I can say so myself. If you want to dip your toes into animal husbandry, come to me. I'm not only dealing with the livestock, I can also give you important advice. I've been working with animals all my life, you see. Even when traveling the world, I occupied myself with the local fauna. And I collected some stories on the way, if you're interested sometime. That and some myths and legends. Maybe I should start a podcast. Anyway, I'm sure you and I have got stuff to do, animals to feed and so on. So don't let me keep you. I'm sure we'll have time to talk again.
Okay, well, that was dismissive. But yeah, sure, go ahead on the podcast.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Well, I need help with animal husbandry.
Okay, where do you have issues?
I was thinking of getting water buffaloes. So how do I feed them?
You can feed your water buffaloes with grass, hay, or TMR. To keep your water buffaloes healthy and increase productivity, you shouldn't only feed them hay or grass. I've had the best results with TMR. If your farm relies heavily on milk production, especially in winter, you should always prepare enough quality food for them so they can be as productive as possible.
Okay, and how do I keep the water buffaloes?
Water buffaloes, like all your animals, need a pasture or barn, depending on how much you'd like to spend and how many water buffaloes you want to keep. If you want to produce slurry or manure, you need at least a cow barn to collect it. You need to deliver fresh water to your pasture, as it has no access to water. After placing one of the pastures or barns, you can shape the area of the outdoor enclosure.
Yeah, so this is a new thing with FS25, so you can actually make a fenced out area by your design. You shape it and you pay for the fence and stuff like that. That's a pretty neat feature. I'll showcase it in a future video. So what can you use water buffaloes for?
Water buffaloes are mainly used to produce milk. They start producing it at the age of 18 months. You can, of course, also keep them for breeding and selling for a profit. Reproduction also begins at the age of 18 months.
Okay, and what equipment do I need?
Well, you definitely want a pasture or barn. Water buffaloes on your fields are not good for your yield. If you have laid straw in the barn, the water buffaloes will produce manure, and that must be stored. Get yourself a manure heap.
Okay.
Water buffaloes produce slurry too. It's collected in the liquid manure tank. If you want to spread manure and slurry on your fields, you need to buy a spreader and tank for each of the brown goods. Get yourself a tractor with a front loader attachment and a bale spike to deliver bales to the barn, as you need those to feed the water buffaloes. Then you should get yourself a tank to transport milk and water.
Okay, thank you very much. And this is going to be it for today. Thank you, Katie. And I'm sure we'll see you again. I'm not sure why I'm jumping. Hey, I'm just happy to see you. Okay. Look at how she is turning when I move. Come on, turn now. She's staring directly into my soul. Oh man. Okay, well, onwards we go. Right, so while we wait for fields to progress, I can start planting rice in April. I think, let me just check again and let me show you the timelines if you are not already familiar with. So we're currently in February and rice can be planted in April or May. So we have 2 months time. Long grain rice that you plant with a regular planter, and you have to buy regular seeds for that, you can plant only in April. So yeah, rice is going in what, 2 months. And while we wait for that, I don't think I have enough money to get the cowshed, because the cowshed is basically just the beginning. You know, you need a shed. Okay, let's start in the beginning. So first you need a piece of land that's flat enough to build the cowshed on. Then you need livestock. Then I already have the water trailer. Then I need the grass work equipment, which means that if I want to produce hay and silage, I need at least a mower, at least a windrower, and the, what's it called, that's the last thing, the tether to produce hay, because TMR is usually made from hay, from silage, and from straw. So we will get some straw when we harvest our wheat fields. And then I think we're gonna have all the equipment we need. So yeah. And of course you need something to pick up the grass with. That's usually some kind of forage wagon. You can use forage wagon to pick up both hay or to pick up fresh grass to produce the silage. Or you can go the other way around. You don't need a forage wagon, you can simply buy a baler. And with the baler you can make hay bales, and you can also make the silage bales. But for that you need to have a wrapper also. So in either case we need quite a lot of equipment to start doing the cattle. And I have invested quite a lot of money in this sawmill right here. So I will hopefully get the money back sooner rather than later. And yeah, with purchases like this John Deere was there, we are only lengthening the time when we get return on the investment. Because if I want to have this forest producing trees, I will have to start planting new trees. Again, sooner rather than later. Okay, we have quite a decent stockpile of planks here. I think it's a very good thing. That's a lot of money sitting there. But because I'm not sure or I don't know how much planks we're gonna use for the next phase of construction. I am reluctant to sell them. I have stopped production of planks, so I am now only producing long planks and logs, or wood beams, I mean. Not logs. Logs are produced in the wild. Yeah, but I have stopped the plank production for the time being. Um, if you're asking yourself why I did that, it's because I want to have as much wood turned into long planks and into wood beams. Okay, forked tines. Let's get them as wide as I can, and I think these are both wood beams. Yeah, so these go here, start of the yard. Okay, let's put this one on top. And yeah, I will admit these are a bit of more boring months, because nothing really serious is going on. The fields are taken care of as far as I could. I really didn't account for the, what's it called, for that fertilizer spreader to not take the lime. That was completely out of my scope of attention. Come on. Huh? You seen that? Did you see that? Oh man. Just like skateboarding. Yeah, okay. As I said, I do admit these are some kind of repetitive and boring episodes, but yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot more fun real soon. So yeah, I do want to make a clear cut on all of this here and start replanting. So maybe if I land over here and this big tree is my marker, so everything left of this tree I want to take down, and I want to start replanting the forest. And while this side grows, I can focus on the other side and clear cut that and replant that. And I hope we're gonna have enough wood to complete the temple, but I'm not sure. This is the first time I'm doing it, and I have no idea how much materials we're gonna use. So yeah, with this I would like to thank you for watching. I wish you had fun. I wish you had fun when I was dancing with the John Deere. Yeah, I will take more care next time. Yeah, this really was very unprofessional. But we have a new machine here, big one. Have fun, take care, and see you later. Bye bye.